For this is one place I dare not wallow. Couldn't we head towards the west and warm up in the lakeside shelter? Sit by the fire and roast a marshmallow? Well, you guys, this poem really needs some work.
Hey Dave, what do you say we call it a night, huh?
Oh, come on, man. I'm not finished yet.
For God's sakes, Dave, it's your 40th birthday. Come on now.
Well, I feel that my wheels of poetry should be set in motion still. Just one more poem.
Okay, brother, you got it. Just one more poem.
Okay.
And then after this, I'm out of here.
Going through the verses here. Yeah, that poem sure needs some work here. Oh, excuse me a moment. Yes. Yeah. Oh, dear old 39, will you still be mine? Could I actually handle just one more candle? Will I fear that it will quake on the surface of my cake? Well, fear not! Let's prepare for the big 4-0!
"40 years young I am today. From a long journey I came all the way to tally a double score, and I look forward to score a couple more. I am the firstborn of the jolly pun master and the matriotic table dancing queen. Suckling in the 70s, boy did I ween. Living an infantile streaker's dream. Gulped down many a cocoa manhole cover splattered with touches of vanilla cream. Can you still hark my boisterous screams? Here within lies the 3-year-old's memory as I boldly reflect the initial charge I led up the shagged olive-skin staircase of a brand new 2-tiered bungalow, where the budding myrtle shrubs mingled with the sagebrush kids down below. Let us not forget the regal alliance we made with those crescent brown bears as we duked it out every day on the cul-de-sac street arena where we plotted out our clever schemes. Many have nights spent as I lent my ear to the nocturnal band of cross-laned black foxes as I couldn't muffle up their funk while I tried to slumber in my bottom bunk. All the crazy weekends my folks spent planning their soirees and fiestas, achingly followed by hungover siestas, as they welcomed the matronage and patronage of many boastful neighbors that partied until sunup. And the clutter left in my morning wake, as I rummaged and munched and lunched, as my kid sibs began to rise, and we all had an auto brunch. I often pondered on one lazy morning when I wandered in to find a cryptogram magic marked by the raven-haired cuckoo that all of us had royally foiled on the ring-seated throne where we all toiled. Oh yes, we were a tight-knit bunch when we all camped out by the sunny side, where we all became addicted speed freaks as we shuffled through decks of 52 until the supple wristed champ was declared. Oh, how I did revel in my elementary kingdom, being ruled by the charismatic prince of 75's small-town principals, and my motley cast of faculty members. Like Peter Pan's female counterpart, oh my, the grand hullabaloos she once threw. Like the day we gracefully honored the pinstripe gluttonous fat cat, the march of the teddy bears, and the giant banana splat. Oh, how I remember the next September, when I took the bulk of the brunt from a push-up dealing militia grunt. Chapter 7 of my glory days spent was feeling the nip of a witful whip from a darling British nanny goat before I bade farewell to Edwin's cherry grove, and off to high school I was sent. Here lies my secondary palace, nestled in the river-bended burrow, dwarfed by the land of the seminary saints. From a once thriving junior hornet's nest to a mass teenage pilgrimage towards the Roadrunner batch, then back to the transformed land of red, white, and blue Clash Titans. Too many great memories to unfold, but I raise my silver chalice to the legions of Cape Crusaders that gave me no harmful malice. But the pinnacle of my childhood memories was surely this fabled spectacle, when 5 newly hazed globetrotters went blazing through the Sunbelt, as we frolicked in the animated orange grove where we all wished upon a star. The seed of my blue-collar stints began at Hartley Spratt's rustic log mansion, where I helped the stud-dealing jack of all trades complete the craftsman's rural masterpiece for the country bumpkin quartet of the Phillsbury Brewboy, Sha-na-na, the tan-lined silver fox, and the doting matriarch. Then it was off to the foul-scented coops, with my feather-dusted troops, where I was awed by the peepers of a pair of lean poultry keepers. After my fill of chicken clucks and feather plucks, I made my way past the paper pearly gates and into the house of Lady Gladys, as my fellow pips and I, past and present, bebopped and tangoed on the flyer-scattered dance floor. And I haven't forgotten those whom all dwelled in the house of the rising Campbells, where I did make a blue moon appearance. Come along with me. I will take you on a newsprint carpet ride. Come marvel at our new vantage point. Come hear the vast majority cry out the North Delta blues over the tedious convoy to and fro, our neo-production epicenter for the mainland's township criers. The extended family camp excursions we had many summers ago, where we brandished our wooden hammers and hoisted our barley-coated alum shields, where we made a bugle trumpeted dash onto Cutthroat's double-staked battlefield. Oh, the terror we faced as we tried to chase the orb-shaped canary, before he chirped out Looney Toonies. But he felt rather melody merry as we became disgruntled grouches when he emptied out our denim pouches. For a few times, I must confess, that I can boldly jest, for I surely got the best out of that yellow demon and his mallet-wielding cagey quail. We all took pride in launching that ball down the deep and root-tangled dales. To the shimmering cosmopolitan beacon, guarded by the sleeping lions, I love combing your concrete forest, as I shop till I drop, and the nights that I truly bopped, as many the time I had witnessed the stars collide with Venus and Mars, at Old Man Griffith's Hockey Emporium, as I drowned in the wake of Euphorium. Plus the chorus line of Granville's more intimate and majestic kiosks, as I've seen many great concerts, but I have too many to proudly list. Okay. Oh, the memories of the blue marble trots I've been a part of, so vivid and serene, like my first admission past the turnstile, onto a whitewashed seafaring carnival, where I slugged back the margarita maid and hounded the soul-patched cerveza peddler. The time I stood on Ashbury and Haight with arms full of retro freight. Then there's the time I whizzed through a time zone trio, 2 above the Hudson Rio. I sang along to the jet lag rag as I paid my loving respects to the one whom once was my Catskilled Mason Queen. After all these things that I have been through, now that I have reached for decadence, it is a miracle that a time capsule youth hasn't passed me by. For I have yet to worship graying temples, for I have yet to bifocal my fellow locals, for I have yet to utter a flesh-freezing howl caused by the piercing jab of the throbbing molar. And I have no records of any pinprick skeletal fractures. So it's been a year since that I penned this self-praise poem in the urban sprawled abbot that I proudly call my home. Please please me, for do not dwell, for I tried to autobio in a shallow shell. Let us tap the keg of aged Bavarian uke, and let us all prepare to juke. Let us all drink by the galleon for the chestnut-crowned stallion.
For this is the very day that I turn the big 4-0. Well, cheers to 40 years. Hey, come on, let's celebrate. Let's go to the Finnegans and get plastered.
Oh, Dave, I think you had enough there, buddy.
This poem was written in lieu of 40 years spent on planet Earth, plus all the pleasures, experiences, and the people that have known me throughout my life. The poem is dedicated to A. Abbotsford, which comes first alphabetically in British Columbia. B. for Black Press Group, the source of all my aches and pains. C is for the Canucks, the goalie meltdown capital of the NHL. Will we ever see them win their inaugural Stanley Cup? D is for Dave Meyer, for sometimes I do have the urge to refer myself in the third person. E is for the Elks, the basement suite that is a home away from home. F for Frank Zappa, who navigated all of us Guitar Hero worshippers through the Purple Lagoon. G is for Gibson's, the brand of whiskey that lies within Molly's reach. H for Haight-Ashbury, I got a news flash for you, it's still a hippie haven. I is for ice hockey, the game that sent many fine young men to anger management 101. J for Jack Meyer, the jolly pun master, a true father figure in the neo-dadist movement. K is for Klamath Falls, Oregon, the place where the three of us lost all of our training wheels. L for the Lizard King, Mr.
Bojo Rising!
M is for the Meyer family.
Yeah!
N is for New York State, the site of my last epic adventure. O is for the Othello Tanos, oh how they kept Rambo sheltered. P is for the Plywood Shredder, the Canadian drifter that stomped his way out of the hobo jungle with help from Bud the Spud and Big Joe Muffera. Q is for quinoa, a good source of protein. R for Rickards, the Irish ale that made me blush 50 shades of red. S for St. John Green, the band that gave me shivers of pleasure. T is for Tucker, the tuxedo. U is for Utopia, perhaps I'll reach it someday. V for Vancouver, British Columbia, oh Canada. W for Wendy Kathleen Meyer, hey watch where you toss that stove, Mom. X for Xavier Cugat, one of many people that were victimized by Archie Bunker's many malapropisms. Y is for YouTube, oh you. And Z is the Canadian translation for
Z!